While Sprout are sitting comfortably at the top of the table as 2 players, BS Plus, they are also very consistent, but a little bit kind of slower in their pace in general and still making more mistakes than Sprout, which is not a bad thing necessarily, because compared to the rest of the table, Sprout are making significantly less mistakes than anyone. Gyroscope is not banned.
This is okay, but it never wins the 50-50.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
no, it doesn't.
First. Right, so we're going to see slowdown come through. We're obviously going to see back and forth. We're going to see freestyle, blah, blah, blah,
We're going to see Slippy Slides. Yeah.
So wait, Reps was banned by BS+. Okay, I was going to say, if Reps was banned by Scrappy and Dexter, that would have been an interesting choice, considering how well they've done on that recently.
Yep, absolutely. And it is, as you say, going to be Sprout on the blue team. The red team is BS plus Agility Dash and back and forth. A first forward that is not particularly surprising. We have seen it in Agility Dash, a map that Sprout do quite well on. They have practiced on that one in the past. Now on to map 5, pick 5, and this is where things slow down. That first 4, I think people put a lot of thought into because you're guaranteed to see all of them. And from here on out, it gets a little bit more spicy as we will see Parkour at 5. Gyroscope is still there. I mean, we're getting to the point where it's unlikely it's picked randomly in map 7. Twiggy, I'm going to tell you now, we're not seeing map 7 in this match.
No, yeah, we're probably not going to see map 7. Well, I mean, to be fair, at least there's a chance. There's a chance, and that's all I care about.
Zero. Absolutely non-zero. With that said, I do think we are liable to see Sprout win this match with a 4-0, 4-1 scoreline. Based on recent form, Dexter has been absolutely unstoppable. I mean, starting with week 2, Dexter has looked really, really good, topping the league almost in terms of the stats he's putting up. And even after week 2, he was tweeting and saying, you know, I'm still not feeling 100%, still not happy with my performance. And to be fair, he then went on in week 3 to kind of prove that he did still have more in him.
Yeah, look, we were talking before we went live, and I said, you know, you can say what you want about it being like a blowout for Sprout here, but you remember what we said after Alternate Attacks first week? We said, oh yeah, easiest series of the week, and then they got 4-2'd by Schreiner in. So you never know what's going to happen. So I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't count out BS Plus competition, but you are right. I think Sprout are definitely the favorites here.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm very happy if what we've managed to do here is curse Sprout and manage to give us an exciting match, because we only have one match tonight. I'm A-okay with it stretching out for as long as possible for the content. That's what we want to see here, and we want to see it starting on Slowdown. Again, we saw Schweinheim Racing come in and look very, very good on BS Plus competition. There is time to be gained in this identity if you are taking riskier lines through it, and with a bit of practice, those risky lines through the Slowdown identity, not as risky as some of the ones we see on other maps.
Well, start things off, obviously. Oh, you know, actually, usually the first round, you know, somebody makes a mistake early. But right now, everybody right with each other, which is an interesting start to the day. Maybe there's been a lot of warm-up before today's game from both teams. We'll see how that keeps going here on Slowdown, obviously. There's a big chance of somebody making a mistake when everybody's this tightly packed together on the identity.
It is going to be close. It's going to be a close round indeed, as it is all 4 players almost neck and neck. Dexter is the player who's dropped back a little bit. Scrappy contesting for a win at the moment. Dexter choosing to go through the trees in the background there. Scrappy dropping behind. This could be an ace for BS Plus competition to start off the first round. It might just be Scrappy on the line, though. He has a better exit from that final hill, and Pips glassed to the line by 9 thousandths rather, not 9 tenths, 9 thousandths of a second.
That is that's a Scrappy performance right there. He seems to somehow pull out some amount of thousandths from out of nowhere to be able to either tie with his teammate or manage to overtake somebody right at the end. Good start there from BS Plus competition. However, getting that first place, almost getting second place for the ace as well. Where? Oh, okay, no. I was going to say, where is Scrappy gone? I think he's just behind.
Scrappy,
Scrappy is gone.
He's
okay.
Gone.
That's very.
Honestly, that's, I think, the best curse you've managed to pull off yet.
I was like, wait, but the splits say he's only 2 tenths behind. What?
Yeah, Scrappy, I think he's just behind. No, he's not even in the server.
Yep. Okay. Well. Okay. Well. Give that one another go, I'm sure.
Scrappy left to roll waifus is my favorite headcanon for that one. He got overexcited about a 5-star pull that he got off screen there and accidentally hit the leave button. Hopefully we'll be back. Fingers crossed as well that Scrappy is not having any connection issues as we get back into this one, because hey, we do love to see players being able to perform at their peak. We love to see close matches decided by skill rather than by internet.
Yeah. Are you much of an anime person? Is like...
Well, given that this is probably the second of 3 weeks where anime has come up between us, Twiggy.
Well, I mean, but that's because of what the topic we're talking about. I feel like when you're talking about Scrappy, it comes up naturally. I was just gonna ask, do you have a waifu?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't want to start that conversation? Weird. I don't know.
Look,
why would you not want to talk about that?
That's you can't make me. That's
look, he's gone to roll waifus again.
I'm sure he'll be back. Look, I mean, he pulled the 5-star and now he's pulled a 6-star directly afterwards, and he's just massively overexcited. All right, like it's understandable. Yeah. You would be as well. Are you aware of Beryl? He's a world champion League of Legends player, so one of the best players in the world. And he unironically is one of the best League of Legends players in the world and has won a world championship to support his waifu habit. He's very open about this.
Honestly, fair enough. I respect it. I may not have the same drive, but
exactly. When you win a League of Legends World Championship, you get to pick a skin in game for a champion, and he has picked skins that look like his waifus both times he's won a World Championship.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's how that is. So
that is how it goes. We will hopefully get Scrappy back in. He has rejoined the server again here, and hopefully will not disappear for a third time on us. Although, you know, they say good things and bad things come in threes. And accidents happen in threes as well. Scrappy testing it out right now. You can see going for a few wiggles, seeing how it responds. And the answer, maybe not well. A roll into a wall that's not a promising sign, Twiggy.
You never know. Might have momentarily put the controller down. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, it wouldn't be a proper, you know, network issues. It wouldn't be any fun without it. But we're going again, so we'll see exactly how Scrappy can perform with maybe a bit of a disadvantage. But I don't think that is how it is. He's keeping up with everybody else. We're back. Let's go.
We're back, and well, there's Dexter, who is a little ways back. Exactly. And well, based on that first round as well, Scrappy with a very strong performance in it will be maybe needed to put in a little bit of work in this round again, because BS+ competition, they are herring off into the distance once again. They are looking very, very good on slowdown this week.
Yeah, looking real clean so far, obviously. This is one of these maps, as long as you get a good lead heading towards the identity, there really shouldn't be an issue as you get in towards there. Generally, you're not going to make a mistake if nobody is absolutely right on your tail. We'll see how Glass and Snow manage to do as we start up with the identity here, and it looks clean so far, but Dexter and Scrappy both gaining. It's not going to be enough, however. Glass and Snow, they go over the finish line again. There wasn't really much pressure on them as they were 6/10 shy of being overtaken. It's an ace for BS+ competition. It's looking like a good start on slowdown.
Yeah, and even there, with a round where they were very far ahead, the times were still pretty good. A 56-9 coming through in first place, 3/10 behind for second place. And given they were capable, or, you know, they could be given the room to safe a little bit towards the end of that one, they're putting up fast times. They are very clean through the start of this map. And this is a BS+ competition that maybe you have to be a little bit scared of, because, hey, those times are still, you know, maybe 4/10 down on the best times that we see on this map, but they're nailing them consistently, and that has always been the threat of BS+ in these first few weeks.
Well, no matter how consistent you are, you come up against a team like Dexter and Scrappy, you never know how quick they're going to go, and Scrappy is now out ahead on this round. Snow and Glass again keeping together very close. Glass, oh, that was a wheel clip, and he falls back into 4th place. Dexter overtakes Snow, falls back as well, and now it's a Scrappy Dexter 1-2. Can they get over that line in the same formation? They're looking well out ahead as we move through the identity. It's clean from both of them. They're going to take home that ace right back in BS+'s face.
That's a caster curse that's a little bit more of a thinker, but yeah, you talk about consistency and then all of a sudden you get some relatively slow rounds from the BS Plus competition team, some mistakes, some crashes coming through from them, and this is all of a sudden a match. Sprout 2 aces away from a win. BS Plus competition still at the halfway mark for having to win 5 points out of the necessary 10. This one could come down to the wire, hopefully. Fingers crossed it does. We'll see things. I mean, this next round is really going to shape how the rest of the match goes. If we get a win for Sprout, then we're going to be all tied up on 6 points with nobody hitting that magic 7 mark just yet.
All the players looking like they have warmed up into this one now. All technical issues out of the way, so everybody can focus on their driving, although I think Scrappy has fallen behind a little bit, goes a little wide on the exit of that turn. Dexter keeping up now with Glass. Glass just out ahead by half a tenth. Can he keep that lead? There's a lot of pressure on him as we move forward. Oh, I think Dexter clips his wheel on the edge of the checkpoint and falls back behind Snow. It may just be another ace for BS Plus competition. They have more speed through the end, and yes, it will be. BS Plus competition extend their lead once again.
Hey, at 57.1, again, not the fastest round we've seen, but BS Plus competition, for the most part, have been in that 56.9 to 57.1 range most of the time. And it's working. It's enough to beat Sprout at the moment, who are just making too many little mistakes, and there's too many crashes coming through, and it's left BS Plus competition in a position where they need a 1-3, a win in the round finish. An ace would be nice as well, but it's on Sprout to prove that they can take them down. It's on Sprout. They're definitely still in their own hands on this map. They have the pace to beat them, but they need to pull it out of the bag here.
Yeah, they need at least one ace, because anything else, BS Plus competition are going to catch up to that 10-point mark before Sprout can make their way up there. So one ace would put them back in the running for this one, but if they keep managing to just get 1-3s, BS Plus competition will be over that line before they can get to them. So Dexter, first place as we move into the identity. Scrappy with a slightly wider line, falls back behind, but has more speed, and there's a little bump. And suddenly, Sprout are looking pretty okay here. They may just get a 1-3. Maybe Scrappy can cross that line. Oh, 4,000th. And Scrappy manages to get his team that ace with the help of Dexter in first place.
Scrappy is so clutch off that last hill. That's twice so far that he has sniped off that hill. First by 9,000ths of a second, this time around by 4,000ths of a second. You said they needed at least one ace. They are now one ace away from winning Slowdown from 4 points behind.
And more importantly, now they can give away a couple points to BS Plus competition. A draw is not the end of the world. 1
point.
Well, yeah, I mean they could, no, because they could 10-10 it, you know?
They can't give a couple of points away on this round. I'm telling you, that's literally not allowed.
Not on this round, I mean, oh no, oh god.
Well, they're going to give 2 points away,
when you
Twiggy.
don't pay attention. That's what happens when you try and you know, get all pedantic with me. Scrappy now has to do a lot of work to try and Dexter now has to do a lot of work to try and keep Glass and Snow from taking this one away. It is in the identity, and Dexter does take first place. Maybe he can get that draw, but Glass has more speed and just about takes it. And BS Plus competition take the map off the back of one mistake from Scrappy.
These rounds, man, not good for my health, but BS Plus competition will take map 1. Slowdown. I mean, it's a map that all of our teams are very practiced on at this point, but BS Plus competition, they have the consistency. I'll say it. I don't think it was pace. I do think it was mistakes that were taking Sprout out of the running there. Scrappy put in heroic efforts through that identity to catch up with players sometimes, but you don't want to be catching going into the identity. Sprout really do need to be cleaning things up and getting to those identities a little bit faster if they want to beat BS Plus competition. But it's Slippy Slides. It's a new map, clean start, and Sprout, they should be okay here.
Yeah, well, both teams last week did lose Slowdown, and they both won their series 4-2 in the end. So for BS Plus competition, that's a little mental barrier overtaken. And Sprout, although the same thing happened last week, well, not quite last week, but you get what I mean, last Playday, may just try and have to do exactly what they did last time. And Slippy Slides has looked like a very good map for them. I said it before, although Dexter, you know, first round, things happen, I guess. And Scrappy is now contesting for that position over Snow and Glass.
Things do happen. They've been happening a little bit too often for Dexter for my liking so far in this match. given how good he's been over the last couple of weeks after a shaky week 1. It's been tough, and Scrappy will get a slowdown there as well. BS Plus Competition now a couple of tenths clear of Scrappy and of the entire field as they will head towards the back half of this map. That's a great turn, though, by Scrappy. He's a little bit slower on the exit, but there's a lot of time to be made up here. Scrappy with a very early landing ends up with a much wider exit, though, and will remain behind the 2 players from BS Plus Competition as we head towards this identity.
Scrappy now has to catch up. He's had some good lines through here on Slippy Slides on the identity before. Can he repeat some of that glory? Snow and Glass keep it clean for the time being. Glass on the inside, Snow on the outside, and there goes that slip. It didn't seem like he was catching up anyway, but oh no, Glass. Oh, he's made a mistake as well. And, wait, does he still get over the... Oh no, Dexter, come on, man.
He's fine,
okay,
he's fine.
Okay,
Plenty of time.
How? Okay, I was like, oh, wait, where's Glass? Wait, where's Scrappy? Where's Dexter? Oh, okay, it's fine. Cool. Well, it's the same start to this map as we had last map. That last jump, I don't know what happens sometimes, but
If we were close to a timeout there, though, as well, BS Plus Competition, they come away with 2 points. That could have ended up in a draw. Again, we talk about it every week, but it remains true every time. This is one of the most punishing identities to fail on. It is such a long respawn and such a long time to just get through the identity itself anyway. That, hey, you don't want to make that mistake. You don't want to have to respawn if you can avoid it. There is a full crash out from Glass. Snow as well will overtake his teammate, but it's only for a 3rd place. Sprout are out to a lead on this one. On track for an ace. They just need to keep it clean from here.
Yeah, well, that is something we have seen Sprout, if anything, have difficulty with over the course of the past few weeks. Speed definitely in their hands, but sometimes consistency not quite what they have. But can they do it this time around? They're keeping it clean so far and holding hands all the way up towards the identity. They're just going to have to get this one done. There was one mistake from this team earlier from Scrappy, and this time it's going to need to be a nice way around as Snow is right on their tails. And may just put enough pressure on them for one of them to make a mistake, but no, they both slide their way through to that finish. It's a clean ace for Sprout, and they take back that lead from BS Plus Competition.
Clinical. That's what you want. When you lose map 1, when you lose round 1 on map 2 as well, to come roaring back with an ace, take the lead almost for the first time in this match. Sprout find themselves in the lead and with 2 points clear as well. This is a better start to Slippy Slides. Let's see if they can hold on to it. It's great. They just need to not make the mistakes. You know, BS Plus Competition, they'll make some too. We know Sprout, they're fast. We also know they are able to keep these grounds clean. We know that Dexter, I think last week, was the cleanest player pre-identity and almost in identity as well out of anyone in this entire competition. So just do that again. Easier said than done, but just keep the car out of the wall and just be consistent.
Don't crash. Forehead. Yeah. Don't make mistakes.
I am very smart and I'm very good at analysis.
You really are. Scrappy and Dexter, they lead first and second so far. Glass trying to catch that one back up, gets a lot more speed through the dirt and does get right on Dexter's tail as we move forward to the first slide. Scrappy goes wide again, but he has enough speed to mitigate the effects of that, and Dexter is right behind him now. They take different lines through the water, but it's all going to be once again up to these bug slides. Same line exactly for Scrappy and Dexter, but they're a bit slower than Glass, and Glass catches up just a little bit more. Can they stay in the lead here? Will one of them slide out? No, they won't, and again, it's clean right through to the end within 2/10 of each other. Sprout take another ace, and it's 7-2 already.
That is some synchronized driving through Slippy Slides, especially that first turn was beautiful, and it lended itself to a time of 1:11.6 ultimately as well. Pretty quick. It is Scrappy and Dexter who hold the first 2 online records. It is Scrappy in first place. It is Dexter in second place online at the moment. Scrappy with an aesthetically pleasing 1:11.000 on this. So they're driving fast at the moment, and with a map as long as Slippy Slides and with as much variance as there can be through that identity as well, to be getting within 0.6 of it on rounds, very good indeed. And honestly, we have not really talked about BS Plus Competition in the last couple of rounds, Twiggy, because it's mistakes like that that they've been making that have been taking them out of competition a little bit.
I mean, we have Cat sitting very comfortable around a campfire with his friends. We have Cat sitting very comfortable around the cone with its friends. Can we have Cat sitting very comfortable around the bug slides with its friends? I don't know how you would emote that, but anyway. Sprout, all they need is one more round of that. What? What do you want from me? This is... Okay, right. We're back to the bug slides. Come on, come on. Okay, Dexter out in front. Glass heading up right behind. This time, Sprout not quite as in sync as they were last time. And uh-oh, that's a mistake. And Glass takes first place, and he may just be able to take it home. Scrappy right behind him does take that second, but Snow is in third.
Yeah.
BS+ Competition make up 1 more point on the back of this one.
1 point is good. It may not be enough. Sprout are still very, very far ahead in this one. A couple of aces really catapulting them in the lead. 3 points, it's a lot. Getting it twice was good for Sprout. They now still sit within striking distance of the win on this map. And it was, of course, BS+ Competition's pick this time around. Sprout with the selection on map 1 as the higher seed coming in this week. BS+ Competition selecting Slippy Slide, stealing away Slowdown, and taking this one. And I do think we are seeing, Twiggy, as the weeks go on a little bit as well, that picks are still important in terms of the order that you maybe want to see the maps when you want to see something. But in terms of who can win on a given map, it is definitely starting to become more and more of a coin flip almost week on week.
Yeah, I think when we get to this stage, it's you know, to start off with, you kind of have your maps. You have like 4 maps that you're really, really good at, and then the other ones you're not like not feeling so great. Oh, okay, that's not the direction. And then as we get forward, once you're very comfortable and very consistent with the maps that you like to pick, suddenly you're like, oh, well, I need to improve on the other maps. And then I think once you have that muscle memory in for one map, suddenly you can open up that space in your brain for another map, and I think that is the stage that we're getting to here. Oh, Dexter narrowly misses the pit there. Uh-oh, but it looks like it might just be all over if Sprout can keep it clean, because BS+ Competition have made a mistake once again. Scrappy, he'll sail through to the end. Dexter, he'll sail through to the end, and Sprout take an ace to take them to 11 points and over the line to win the map.
It's a good time by Scrappy, 111.5 to finish things off here. Dexter just behind, and unfortunately for Snow, over-rotating completely on the first bug slide, and as a result, just sliding all the way out. Sprout will take map 2, an 11-4 scoreline. Convincing, very convincing indeed on Slippy Slides, and enjoyable. Nice to see that one go through, and it does mean we've a bit of a match on our hands. I think I was predicting before this match, Twiggy, a 4-1. We're on pace for it at the moment, but it would mean Sprout winning everything from here on out.
Yeah, it's looked a lot closer. Well, actually, it's not like it looked closer than we thought it was going to be. I don't think we really, had any kind of predictions when it came to map scores or anything like that. And you really never know the ways things can go. And especially as we move to Agility Dash here, I mean, we know exactly how interesting some of these endings can be. I feel like especially, there is that clip of Scrappy being sent into the Shadow Realm on this one.
Yep, that was you, Twiggy. You were casting that.
Yeah, that was me going, ah!
Thank you for the action replay there.
No problem.
It's honestly
bring it out whenever you like.
This is why I need to cast standing up as well. I notice you've moved to that a little bit more. And,
yeah.
Hey, it's giving you so many options.
Standing desk, dude. It's good
so
for it's good for the legs, good for your health.
Yep, that's I'm sitting here just continually shaking my legs, and it's definitely not any kind of undiagnosed ADHD or anything like that. It's definitely just to keep the blood flowing. Okay,
good. Okay, well, Dexter has already fallen back. He rotates a little too much there on a side jump on the dirt mound there, and Scrappy now in first place can keep it to 1 point. Oh, but Snow gets well out ahead, goes on to that booster a little quicker than Scrappy does, and now Snow and Glass in first and second. Oh, well, never mind. But Glass going up towards second now with a little more speed there through the turn. But you never know what's going to happen towards the end here. Dexter does fall back a tiny bit further, but you never know. They're going to...
Within a second is plenty of time to catch. You are well within range. Snow and Glass, they're doing a good job of holding on, maybe even slightly extending this lead here, but it's going to come down to speed in the end. Scrappy risks it for the biscuit going over that last couple of jumps, and he takes this line, as he often does, jumping down that last jump, and it gives him more speed for this one as well. He has so much more speed. He's straight past Dexter. There goes Dexter with more speed than anyone else. Glass is somehow still holding on to first, though. It's going to end in a tie. Glass just about managing to fend off 2 members of Sprout.
Man, Dexter came out of nowhere. Dude made up a whole second at the end.
It was wild.
Oh my God, Glass. You know what? Fair play for keeping your cool towards the end there, because if I saw the splits and saw Dexter going from back 1 second to within a tenth of you, I would be terrified.
Yeah, and there will be a little bit of a mistake. I believe that is Glast dropping back this time. Dexter, listen, full Omewa Shino on that one. Teleports behind you, kid, and the kid there was Glast, and there was nothing personal about it, and unfortunately for Dexter, there was really nothing he could do to ultimately stop Glast taking the round win. It was a draw last time around, this time around with Glast at the back. It's going to be tough for BS Plus Competition to come back into this one at all. They are dropping a long way back now.
Well, we saw what Dexter did last time around. As long as both of them can pull that one out, they can still get an ace, technically. Well, Scrappy and Dexter holding hands once again. That is their signature move as they go forward towards our first little side jump pre-identity here. And yeah, I'm hoping that we see something just as clean on the end there, because Dexter, I mean, although, that's unfortunate, but, you know, towards the identity, I mean, I'm hoping that we see something that clean from both of those players, because so far they've been relatively inconsistent here on the identity. I would like to see something throughout the whole map of just them going cleanly throughout this whole one. Dexter and Scrappy keeping it clean so far. Glass trying to catch up, but he loses a lot of speed by turning a little more. Dexter and Scrappy, it is clean all the way through to the end. Wow. Completely different look on the agility dash identity from this team.
Looking much cleaner. Everyone finishes cleanly this time around for a given value of cleanly. Glass with a little bit of a clip towards the end there, but that was a better round from everyone involved, and we'll see if that does continue now as we continue on. 129, mid 129 there was the time on our last round, which is strong. I mean, we've seen stronger, but it is a strong time on agility dash, which is definitely one of our longer maps. There is so many more places you can make mistakes over the course of this one anyway.
Yeah, agility dash is just one of those ones. It's like, oh yeah, the identity. Yeah, what about every single, you know, speed drift that you've got coming through here? You know, yeah, there are lots. We've seen people drop down on that jump that we just went over before. Everywhere is terrifying on this map, and like the fact that everybody is keeping it so clean and keeping up the speed here is always so baffling to me.
Yeah, and that little touch on the snowbank as well. Now just a key part of the line, an accepted part of the line through this map as the players do head into that downhill checkpoint into the real speed slides in this fast part of the map, but exiting it now, heading in and around the edge of the pool. Rarely see players hit those flags on the outside, which I'm always quite impressed by, because that is a turn that you need to get very close to get any kind of speed on the exit there. And into a section that I've decided is called the wobbles, and everyone will wobble very happily through there. Snow leading from Dexter and Scrappy, and it'll come down to the identity this time around. Snow holding on. Dexter on a charge, so he has the speed. I think he's going to catch Snow. Scrappy might as well. It's going to potentially be an ace. The ace is on for Sprout here. If Scrappy can just get past Snow, and he will get past Snow. Snow does it to himself as he takes a faithful platform.
Buckles under the pressure of the Dexter Scrappy sandwich there. Falls straight down. And it's another ace for Sprout. Man, they were not this consistent on agility dash before. They have cleaned this up so insanely.
That is, yeah, as you say, a clean identity from them, and the pressure really on Snow there, and not a place you want to be. Scrappy, that is very quick indeed, but not a line that I think you want to deliberately be replicating too many times in rounds, as he came very close to just falling off there.
Well, all they need to do, replicate that one more time here. Scrappy out ahead. Oh, a little too much angle on that jump once again, and Snow falls down into 4th place. Glass, now the pressure is all on you to try and split these guys up and make sure it is not an ace once again for Sprout as Snow falls back 1 full second.
Will be a long way back. Up to Glass. He takes an inside line, gets onto the red booster first, but that means Scrappy comes out with slightly more speed heading through this middle section. And we have seen wider lines for Sprout through this turn, through the entry to this turn in general, but all it really means is slightly more exit speed here at the end. And well, the exit speed doesn't matter when you have to take a hard right turn inside. And yep, checkpoint is absolutely right, Twiggy. That is a rough way to drop back.
Yeah, and now you have gifted Sprout that 1st and 2nd position. All they need to do is, as they have so far here on this map, keep it clean right through to the very end. If we see a flawless identity this whole map here from, well, it's not quite flawless, but they stay on. Close. Scrappy's still going, but Glass does catch up just a little bit, and it is. Man, Sprout keep it clean all the way through agility dash, and it's 10-1 the scoreline.
It's clean, but I'm going to say it's, you know, clean like a window with a couple of streaks from the cleaner left behind there for Scrappy, because he wobbled. He got a little bit close to falling off that identity, and I want to call it out specifically because I want to give him credit for saving it. It could have been an issue, and he turned it around, managed to save it, and that was, Twiggy, 3 straight aces in a row for Sprout to win that map.
I mean, that's what happens when you just don't make a mistake. Well, okay, let's use... Okay, error and mistake. Okay, error, tiny.
No. I'm going to use Magpie's terms, and it's mistake and crash.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that. So, look, a crashless identity on Agility Dash. Yes. That is how valuable that is. That is insane.
That was genuinely very impressive, and the times being put up good as well. Dexter back on form. It was a shaky kind of map 1 and 2, not bad by any means, but shakier than we've seen from Dexter, and that's partly because we expect very big things from Dexter based on his performance in the last couple of weeks. He's stepping back up all of a sudden. He is winning rounds consistently. Scrappy is there as well to pick up the slack when Dexter is, you know, 3/10 off the pace and take the round win instead. And as we move on to back and forth, this is Sprout definitely looking to move to match point. We're back on one of BS Plus competition's picks, but as we were saying, this by week 4 really should be all players starting to feel very comfortable on all the maps.
Yeah, and Sprout, our opinions have changed when it comes to back and forth with these guys. Interestingly, they've gone back and forth. Dexter and Scrappy looked really good on this the first couple weeks, and then we were like, they should do really well on this again, and they didn't quite do as well on it against Orcs. So we'll see if they have quite returned to their form on this one here. Dexter out in front, he just has to not make a mistake here. Scrappy slightly catching up to Glass, but he takes a more outside line, loses a bit of speed. Dexter gets through first, Scrappy with a third, and Sprout enter with the lead on this map. But everybody keeping it relatively clean. Snow, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if there had been another 20 or 30 seconds of identity, I think maybe Scrappy would have caught up, but he had a speed advantage. It wasn't a huge one. Not able to catch at the end, relying on a mistake potentially from Glass. But while that is going to be BS Plus competition holding on for a single point, it is very much only a single point, and it is Sprout out to a lead once again. And we saw last time around what they did with their lead. They took it, they ran with it, 3 aces in a row, they closed things out. Once again, it is Sprout in a 1-2 position. It's a lot of snow there, though, for Scrappy, and he will be a little bit slower, dropping back from that top 2 into the top 4. Dexter also getting a bit of a slowdown as well. And we are completely reversed from how we start the round. Snow and Glass will instead lead the way as we head towards our identity.
Yeah, that's not the only place there's a lot of snow. Snow is also... There's a lot of snow in first place. That's basically where I was going with that one. It's fine.
Got him.
Snow and Glass first and second into the identity again. As long as you keep it clean here, Dexter with a wheel clip falls back a little further, and the pressure is taken off these final 2 players for BS Plus competition. All they need to do is get through the triangle. No problem whatsoever. I feel like we saw a lot of triangle bashes on the first week or the second week. And, it's kind of... People have gotten used to it, I feel like, by now.
The players are maybe embarrassed of crashing at the finish line. It's definitely the part I practice the most. I would not want to be winning around or on for an ace and then crashing out at that finish line to deny it. That's hey, it's a rough way to go. In general, though, yeah, players make less mistakes. They are getting more and more used to the maps at this point, and it does mean as well we get to see a lot of very tight rounds, and we get to see, you know, some interesting mistakes decided. That's Glassed too far on the outside, losing a lot of speed, then catching Snow on the exit as well. And there's no touches, there's no crashes, there's no errors, but with just poor lines, with poor exits, Glassed is now nearly a second behind.
Yeah, and Snow leads from Dexter, leads from Scrappy here in the top 3. And again, Scrappy with a little more speed is able to catch up just a bit further. Snow now needs to keep it clean. Once again, BS Plus competition have not been bad through this one. There was an early mistake in the first round, but apart from that, they have not lost any positions on this identity. Snow keeps it out in first. Ooh, a little wide on the end there, but all the inside from Scrappy make action back up, but Snow keeps it clean there. No, why did I say it? Why did I say it? No.
We do not see a crash at the triangle on the finish line.
I haven't seen a mistake on the triangle in like 2 weeks.
I'm glad this is, you know, in the NBA, and there's heat checks where a player just fires off a wild shot to see if their shooting is on tonight.
Yeah.
That was a curse check. That is firing off and absolutely just to see if the curse is still working. I have good news for you, Twiggy. It absolutely is.
Yeah, well, it's what I'm known for at this point, I guess. Oh dear, Glass falls quite far back, and Snow is already a good second behind Scrappy and Dexter, so that is a massive mistake. And it looks like it may be an almost uncontested round for Sprout as long as they keep it good throughout here. But BS+ Competition seem to be a little more trained on that ice turn, and Snow catches up just a little more.
Will be gaining a little bit. BS+ Competition are in the lead at the moment, but that could be tied up pretty quickly if Dexter and Scrappy keep it clean through the end of this identity. We really haven't seen many mistakes in this identity, so surely they can get through. There goes Dexter! Snow with a little bit of a touch as well. Dexter might still catch him at the line, not quite able to. Snow will finish, but with a touch of his own. It was only 2/10 in front of Dexter at the end, and it is a point for BS+ Competition. It's 2 points for Sprouts. They slightly closed the gap, but Twiggy, BS+ Competition are now within range of an ace finishing this map.
You can ain't no way us all you want, chat. We're not going anywhere. The curses aren't going anywhere, okay? Sorry. I would apologize, but it's not my fault. So, hey, here we go. Dexter and Scrappy again lead. They've been gaining points, you know, steadily, but they still need to get past BS+ Competition to get to that 10-point mark first, and an ace would help them out brilliantly on that one. Nobody has really kept it clean as a team all the way through to the end. Glass saves that just about, but does fall down into 4th place.
Will be dropping back, but hey, I mean, surely this time around they make it through. Scrappy and Dexter once again take the lead. Once again, BS+ Competition, it's their consistency through the identities that has really kept them in a lot of these maps so far, as Sprout make the mistakes, but as Sprout get more and more warmed up, they have been making less of those mistakes. I mean, sure, we've cursed them the last 2 rounds, but it had to wear off eventually. It will be Scrappy and Dexter across the line, this time cleanly for the ace, and they will regain the lead on 8 points.
There's the Scrappy and Dexter hand holding through to the end of back and forth that we know. It's a good time as well, all the way through to the end. Clean from both players. Whew, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, good start from Glass, but with slightly less speed as he came out of that wall. Will drop further back. Dexter will be scrapping with him at the back, as Scrappy has his own scrap with Snow up front.
Jesus.
And things are getting cold between them.
Those were definitely words. Man, Slim Shady is back. Oh my god. Snow.
Well, we've got Scrappy and Big Dog Dexter doing his Scooby-Doo cosplay.
What?
You know.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, Glass. Snow. Now out ahead, Scrappy right behind. And this time, it looks like it's a much closer affair between Sprout and BS+ Competition. Scrappy right behind Snow, has a little more speed, may catch up, but that makes these turns just a tiny bit more difficult. Sorry, Scrappy, very, very, very tight on this last one. Has a little bit more of an inside line, but Snow is a little bit cleaner on that one, just out ahead. And takes that win, but it is a draw, and it brings it to anybody's victory here at the end.
I don't want to get overly optimistic, but we could see overtime for the first time in a long time. BS+ Competition with a win here. Tie us at 10 points would bring us to an overtime. Oh, dear. That's going to make things a little bit harder for them, but it was a Sprout mistake, and so, you know, the overtime still definitely on the cards at the moment. There's a lot of track left to go, though. At the moment, BS+ Competition are keeping it clean. Clean enough. An ace for either side would win it here. An ace for BS+ Competition would win it, I should say. An ace for Sprout or a win for Sprout would also win it.
Yeah, Sprout just need to take away first place. That's all they need to do on this one to win the map away. Dexter is now back in the runnings and really pressuring Glass and Snow as they move forward. Maybe a wheel clip sends Dexter just a little further forward there. Goodness. And he does have the lead. He does have a tiny bit more speed. And now it is trying to push that one back. Snow right behind Dexter. He keeps it clean. He's a little more on the outside. Way. Snow catches up, but Dexter crosses the line just a second quicker. Well, not even a second, I'm sorry. 200ths quicker. Sprout take the map just about with a draw.
Dexter is so clutch. It was Scrappy on slowdown. It is Dexter on back and forth, and this time around the clutching is enough for Sprout to win the map. And BS+ Competition, they are pushing them. They have not pushed them hard enough. Sprout moved to 3 map wins. They are 1 map away from taking this match. And Twiggy, looking at the overall standings, Sprout are one of our 4 teams on 2-1. BS+ Competition, they would drop to 1-3 with a loss here. It'd be tough, and with the race very much now on for playoffs, with the top 6 of 8 teams qualifying, with only a few weeks of play left in the season as well. BS Plus competition, this would be a difficult loss.
Well, here we are on Parkour, and Sprout have not played this since the first week when they came up against the super-powered alternate attacks that we saw, where they weren't making any mistakes pre-identity, and then they decided never to play it again. So this is going to be interesting. We haven't seen them on it for 3 weeks now.
Looking forward to seeing how they do on this one. Of course, in Challenger League, we see less people going for low jump strats on the final jump of the map, but we do definitely see our fair share of crashes on the Parkour identity. People misjudging jumps, people sending themselves into poles, and unfortunately less frequently now into the cone of good luck as well. It's a little bit too far outside the line, Twiggy, and as the players improve, they've been visiting it less.
Dexter out ahead now, but it's all going to come down to how clean you get these jumps. Whether you crash into a pole or it's just going to come down to the dirt turn. One touch on the wall, and a second one sends 2 players on that respawn. Snow is now out ahead. I'm not sure where Dexter has gone, but he is nowhere to be seen, and Snow cruises through to the end. No cone? No cone. Okay, oh well. Scrappy and Dexter now in second and third, but Scrappy, he respawns as well. Dexter is going to be able to get through to the end, I think. Yeah, I think we see him get there in the end, but Glass is going to take home that third. No cone. No cone at all. They don't need it. They don't want it. Oh my god.
He was so close though. BS Plus competition win the round. Snow with a strong performance. Glass doing enough to come home in third, even if it was 10 seconds behind. And there was a lot of respawns there for Sprout. That's not a great look for them, but it is only round 1 on the map. And hey, they were pretty quick. They were leading the way. They were contesting up until the end. And this time around, they are off to a very strong start.
Yeah, that dirt turn at the end is incredibly important, because you touch the edge there, then obviously you're not going to have enough speed to even get over the jump, let alone be able to go all the way through that parkour identity. But even if you don't go risk on the outside, you're not going to have a lot of speed in it. You're going to find it more tough to get through the identity. So it's really, really difficult to know whether or not you should risk that. Oh my god, Scrappy almost doesn't make the jump, but stays in the pack here.
Yeah, and they got very close to those inside walls and will hang a wheel over the edge of the bobsleigh right as Dexter does it. Win as a team, crash as a team. That appears to be the Sprout way at the moment. Glass and Snow hold the first 2 positions. Snow, though, with a little bit of an awkward landing, will need to recover, reline, and make it through these jumps. Glass is racing off into the distance at the moment. Everyone clean so far through it. Dexter, low, Snow landing, recovering, wobbling, but keeping it under control. And everyone will make it through the identity as Glass and Snow will ace Sprout.
1040 from Glass is easily good enough for this. It's an ace from BS Plus competition and a clean identity from both of the players. I think we yet to see a flip here in Challengers League, but oh well.
Not a single one so far, or at least not intentional and not on Parkour. There's been some interesting ones, and Flip of Faith has provided a couple. You know, that's unfortunately not the map we're on though, and I don't think Flip of Faith was here. Either way, Glass is a long way back and will be needing a little bit of faith in a Sprout mistake to make his way back up the front of this pack.
Scrappy and Dexter keep Snow in a little bit of a sandwich as they move forward. A couple attempts to separate all of these players as we move forward once again. It's not going to matter. Oh my god, Snow takes a little bit of a wider line on the jump and falls back for just a second, but has more exit speed, but hangs a wheel once again. The same error that plagued Sprout last round has found BS Plus competition, and Sprout are now out ahead 1 and 2. Scrappy has a little less speed over the jump. He's going to need to build that one back up before he goes into the identity, but it's all good for now. They get over this one together. All they need to do is bring it to the finish line cleanly, and it's looking good from both of them. It's going to be an ace from Sprout to bring it back to 4-5.
That's a clean finish indeed. A 102.7. Strong time from Scrappy up front as well. That's 6/10 off online world record there. And hey, that's pretty good for rounds. Glass will just bounce off the wall a couple of more times. And the ace will bring Sprout back within striking distance. This is exactly how we kick things off, in fact, on Slowdown at the top of the evening. And from there on, BS Plus competition did ultimately manage to close it out. The question is, can they do it again, Twiggy?
Well, Dexter taking an awkward line and falling back. It may look a little more likely, but Snow has done the same thing, and he is also right at the back here as well. 2 seconds, 3 seconds almost separating him from Scrappy now, and that's an early mistake to make. And it means that as we move forward, it allows Sprout to be a little more awkward and maybe even a little more safe as they move forward, although I don't know how much you can save Parkour. so I'm not even going to entertain the idea of that. Scrappy stays out ahead. Will he hang a wheel here? No, he will not. He stays in front, loses a little of speed on the end there, but at least it's not a terrible mistake. Glass takes up that first position and is now really haranguing Scrappy here. It's going to be down to the wire for this first place. Scrappy gets over the first jump and Glass falls back just a little further. Now Scrappy gets even further forward and allows Dexter through to second place, and Scrappy and Dexter, it looks like they're going to get another ace. It's no problem whatsoever. It's another mistake from BS Plus Competition and another ace for Sprout.
Sprout can't win 2 matches or 2 maps in this match with 3 aces in a row from 1 point. Right?
Surely not.
That would be wild. It's crazy enough to me that script writers put it in 1 map, but 2 maps, that's just copy pasting. That's getting a bit lazy. But so far, 2 aces in a row to move to 7 points, and the pressure now on BS Plus Competition. And under that pressure, Glass cracking a little bit, dropping behind. Snow trying to keep up with Scrappy and Dexter, but they have a better line through this turn. They will come out wider and they will exit the following turn much better. That touch, it all came back to that ice slide.
Oh, but Scrappy, I think he... Oh, no, he doesn't miss the jump. Oh, my lord, he fell out the screen for a second there. It was close. Dexter and Scrappy maintain first and second just about. But Scrappy needs to stay ahead of Snow here if he wants to finish out the map right here, right now. And Snow, he touches the edge of the wall there on the dirt turn, trying to get more speed. Dexter. He doesn't get there in the end. And Dexter and Scrappy cruise through to first and second. All they need to do is finish it out right here and right now. But Scrappy doesn't make the final jump. Dexter moves forward into first, but Scrappy is still behind, still ahead of Snow and Glass. But Snow has more speed. It's not going to matter in the end. Scrappy, he has enough of a lead that he can take that second place. Another ace from Sprout. Again, script writers, too lazy, but it's a GG, and Sprout take the series.
2 maps where they started off with a single point. BS Plus Competition spring out to a lead, and Sprout just say, nah, turn it on. 3 aces in a row. And once again, I mean, Sprout, they're looking very hard to beat at the moment, Twiggy. I think BS Plus Competition, they definitely had a chance tonight, right? They started very strong indeed. They didn't look unbeatable, Sprout, this week, but when they do turn it on, they are very quick. They're very consistent. In rounds where one of them make mistakes, I think it's rare that you see both of them make a mistake, and that, more than anything else to me, is an indicator that they are a very difficult team to beat because, hey, you can maybe beat them, but getting aces against them is not going to be common.
Yeah, and when they're on their game as well, they're both cruising through to the finish in first place. It really doesn't seem like if they, you know, they do not lose out in terms of time if they keep it clean. So, you know, on the off chance that neither of them makes a mistake, which wasn't even an off chance particularly in this series, they were very clean, much cleaner than we've seen them before. They're just quicker than you.
They kind of are. And that is it. Our match for tonight. Sprout moved to 3-1 in the table. BS Plus Competition will unfortunately drop to 1-3, but we'll see over the weekend who else will drop to join them down there. There's a decent chance that somebody will. I don't think they're going to be alone at the bottom of the table for all that long. There is an awful lot of Trackmania action this weekend as well. The APAC Regional and the EU Regional will be on, followed by Trackmania Challenger League on Saturday, followed by the Trackmania Grand League on Sunday. There is, I think, probably about 24 hours of Trackmania action this weekend, Twiggy.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't have that much, you know, look, I don't have that kind of energy in me. Right now I'm on a US sleep schedule, so it's very difficult for me to even stay awake for more than 5 hours at the moment. Life is coming at me like a freight train, but either way, I will be there for part of it, and that's all that matters.
It's 7 hours of it, Twiggy, so you better start that stamina training now. We will see you back here on Saturday for the European Regional, the APAC Regional kicking off before. Do not miss any of the action. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, and GG once again